big moves. You just see the WL there. It doesn't tell the full story, right?
No.
That was a Game 5 set between these two players where they pushed each other back and forth. Now, the 1-0 for SAMSORA could potentially lead to continued success today, but I don't know, man. This ZD is a different one, right? This is the old ZD we saw at the beginning of the game, not with the results that hasn't really lived up to his potential.
He came into this bracket as 24th seed, and he's sitting here in winners finals. He's second in NBDVA for a reason, and right now he's trying to keep up that top 2 in CEO Dreamland.
And something to consider, he actually beat Mutace earlier in this tournament. Two very different Peaches and Mutants and SAMSORA, but with the recognition in place and how to play the matchup right. 3-1 over Cola, 3-1 over Mute, 3-2 over Finny, 3-1 over Gact, and now the final stop for him before a potential stop in Grand Finals, United SAMSORA.
Here we go with another best of 5. Starting off on Pokemon Stadium 2, we have Peach playing a lot of great defense and denial here by SAMSORA. His float cancel aerials are so quick that ZD needs to go in and out, trying to find those openings, and as soon as he does, he needs to capitalize on as much damage as possible.
Something to keep an eye on that ZD is so good at using is the first initial hitboxes of Fair there. It's such a big move, and he'll use it different in a variety of ways, whether he's finishing it off with the full extension or whether he's dragging down to lead into tech chase situations.
This is a matchup where I feel like that's actually not all that different from how it goes in Melee, where Fox can take a lot of big traction by dealing on damage with either projectiles or just kind of quick play, not focusing on huge combos because he needs to be careful because Peach will get out of a lot of that with neutral air and other kind of combo breakers like that.
We've seen pretty good luck for SAMSORA and the Peaches in general on the turn-up so far. We'll see if that continues here in our winner's final set. Beautiful angle to get around the back area.
Yeah.
And there's that fair too. Using that typically as a drag down in that destination. Tech again.
Great
in a
tech.
row.
That's 4.
Tech 4. Tech 5. Tech 6.
And now SAMSORA's the one off stage, but here we go. Can we get 7? No, we can't.
The fair dipping below, just barely catching that 2-frame.
Back on stage here, trying to find any damage he can get to finish off the stock at 101. He's going to be looking for those narrative up smash or any way he can kind of get in there in between SAMSORA's attacks.
Oh, beautiful. Just do it. And I wish you guys could see the face SAMSORA just made after getting hit by that up smash. Down back into neutral now. SAMSORA with that first win.
Tech chase situation, however, ZD opted to go back, keeping him safe even though he's near the ledge because he's been seeming pretty safe and comfortable by the ledge because he's not always there and he has speed to play the ledge but also center stage as well, all at the same time while SAMSORA is usually sitting back collecting turnips or any other kind of aerial pressure he can get in the meantime while he has the space.
Ton of shield pressure there from ZD. Beautiful stuff there, but the biggest problem is he's only been able to get 1 or 2 hits at a time, that 2-piece combo, whereas SAMSORA is getting that 3 or 4, like 30-40% every time they touch that shield.
He is still not doing a bad job, though, despite losing his second stock, though, but he needs anything he can do to turn that 49 into an entire stock, but he puts himself in the same position as he did the first stock, but this time, he's too low to even start teching. Now he is.
5 backers there from SAMSORA at a 50% because he whiffed a fair off stage.
But still, he's taken 61%, only able to tack on about another 25. He needs more if he wants to get back into this game.
Barely use that illusion to get past the turnip there. Looks like even percent, but ZD down a full stock right now. And this is just starting to get further and further. Since SAMSORA has been 2 for 2 on the fairs on the 2-frame. Yep. See if he can get a third one here potentially. Just the nair this time, but that's enough. And what's kind of interesting, right? I talked to SAMSORA before top 8 started, and I was asking him, if you make it past Aaron, right? If you can get past the Diddy in winners semis, who do you want to see in winners finals? Do you want to play Gact or do you want to play ZD? And he very, very confidently said, I would prefer ZD. He knows he can win in this matchup. He knows how quickly Peach can just blow up Fox, that perfect fall weight to the extended combos off the down tilt. And we've seen it be pretty clinical so far from him. One down tilt leads to typically about 40% from 0.
Fast ballers are going to eat all of that up, but now ZD is going to give himself a little bit more room than PS2, this time on Town and City, able to kind of weave in and out without having to hold in as much, which is where SAMSORA found a lot of his aerials, like back air, shutting him out, getting him off stage into these edge guards we saw over and over again.
Yeah, Town and City's actually been ZD's counter pick for most of the weekend, actually. We saw it twice against Vinny G in their set to make it into this top 8, and now again in the winners finals.
Anything he has done this tournament, he needs to keep doing because he has been on fire this weekend, and he's so close to getting even further. But even still, top 3 is nothing to scoff at.
A little bit of a lead here on SAMSORA. ZD with all the time in the world. Same just run up and grab, though.
Good job waiting out for the platform, giving him a little extra, like a bit of an exit option if needed, but also a recovery here. However, the air dodge misses the platform, but he's back on the ledge. At least he's not going to be attacking like before, but he does get up into that win condition there by SAMSORA, finding a way to get off that stock, but he's putting on some insane pressure right now.
And it's really been interesting so far, right? Most of, actually all of SAMSORA's stock wins so far this in this set has been in the corner. It's been an extended trap situation from him, whereas ZD's had to get a little bit more access in just the free range kill there, that time using the Firefox to stage spike.
See what he can convert off this. He got the grab. They're both at 2 stocks apiece, but SAMSORA is taking this so far, dragging him off stage neutral air again, but he drops low. Back air's going to stop it though. Again?
Maybe a Peach Bomber?
No, but he actually SD'd there, but he was able to get saved by the Firefox.
I think that was an attempt to interrupt there.
Yeah.
I feel like he knew that was going to trade, and it got him back to stage safely, and he was able to close out that stock now with the up smash.
Ooh, just barely missed the ledge, but the turnip's not going to break him out of it, thankfully.
Yeah, not enough damage on that turnip to break the Firefox. That Firefox damage threshold too high for it.
Good little mix up there on shield, just trying to find any kind of opening he can because ZD hasn't found it himself yet, but he needs to get something. He's at 82%, so all he needs is a little bit more, then he can start looking for those kills against SAMSORA.
Nice. SAMSORA attempted to call up the jump from shield from ZD. ZD ready for it and grabbed the turnip himself, getting a little bit of damage off of it.
The spacing from SAMSORA has been so good, and he knows every single time ZD wants to come in, but that's too low.
He wanted the Peach Bomb. It would have been so sick.
So sick, but not sick enough because ZD has another lease on life, but SAMSORA has a clean, fresh stock, able to find a way to close us out.
Yeah, he has to find so many neutral wins, though. Because honestly, a lot of what his route so far has been those mid-weight, those a little bit of a fast forward, a little bit of a float, where it's been Snake, whether it's been Ness, all these other characters. And now suddenly you have Peach, who you're going to get a couple of those hits on, but you're not going to get those extended combos. And SAMSORA confidently ending game 2 with the up air.
2-0 right now. ZD needs to think of something to keep his winner's bracket life. However, thankfully, he does have a loss at his disposal. But believe me, I would not want to go fight Mars or Cola.
Yeah, man, that is going to be a tough one for SAMSORA, or for either of these players, excuse me. But yeah, ZD kind of looking down the barrel of it a little bit. He actually had a pretty convincing set against ZD in the winner's side earlier yesterday. 3-1 over him, and that was just Nair up smash, just clinical play for ZD throughout the entirety of that set. Back to Town and City, not surprising. This is the counter pick for him.
He was doing good game 2, and he's comfortable here. Like he said, he's been using it all weekend, so why break what isn't broken? Nice.
Great air dodge down from SAMSORA, but ZD recognizes he can get that frame 2 jab out. Just a little bit of extra damage off of that.
He got on some early damage. However, SAMSORA is doing a great job of recomposing himself, able to get some damage of himself right now, but ZD very safely approaches back to the corner, and he has the speed to get there safely without SAMSORA following him in time.
Looking about maybe 10 or so more percent before that Nair up smash.
Yep. A little bit more, something. There's the percent you asked for, and there it goes. Forward air into up smash.
Yeah, that laser, just that little bit of extra salt and pepper on that before they finish seasoning off that stock.
See if he can recover. He stalls himself with that, is able to grab the ledge at the time. However, his item usage has been really good, which I've always found as a fast faller is really hard to take good control of, but he is on top of his item game right now.
Yeah, and even just the rapid jab off there, huge damage, and it gets him out of the corner for free.
42%, about halfway, especially if you have raid. Now he's well over halfway, getting some clean combos there on the side platform. 79, he needs just a couple more straight hits, and he can start looking for another up smash.
Right, and that's kind of a tough break there. In previous sets, that would have led into a tech situation.
Yep.
But Peach too floaty. SAMSORA able to jump out before touching the ground. So the back throw just for positioning now.
Drops another Edgar, however, he does get back on stage again this time. He has been way more mindful this game 3 of how to get back, and he's looking for a way to close this out for SAMSORA. Dips way too low that time, down too low, off the blast zone.
Yes, there's the back air to finish that off with ZD. Comfortable lead right now. Let's see if this can lead into something for the rest of the set.
Bit of a standoff right now. However, ZD finds his opening. He's able to attack on a little bit more damage. He's up to 31. He's about a third of the way there.
Forward throw here, just barely knock him off stage.
Off stage is dangerous for ZD. We have seen SAMSORA capitalize and turn around so many clean edge guards off of that. Any percent is volatile for ZD right now.
You see the empty float into it. The attempted grab there, not quite able to do it, and ZD's going to escape back to the corner. And that's the beauty of this counter pick for him, right? Even if he jumps over, he doesn't necessarily trap himself on the other side. So much space to run around.
Doing a good job this time, not going in quite as fast, but I think
Whoa!
because the advantage he had, and he pushed it all the way there to get himself on the board. 1 game to SAMSORA's 2. He's getting there. He's getting closer to bringing it home.
And that was the perfect positioning on those platforms. We saw earlier how SAMSORA was not forced into a tech situation along the ground, but that dash attack actually putting SAMSORA perfectly in place to land on that side platform. ZD recognizing it, using the back air covering not only tech in place, but roll away as well.
It looks like SAMSORA is going to be taking him to Final Destination, not giving him those platforms this time. They converted that last stock off of, because now those are gone. He has to fight him on his own terms on stage.
Yeah, this is something where if ZD can consistently get under SAMSORA, this is actually going to be a really tough time for him. But for the most part, SAMSORA has maintained that lateral movement just above the stage now, where he's been able to really get those extended punishes off of landing there and then also just empty hop down tilt.
SAMSORA already found himself to the middle of the stage, turnip in hand. He is controlling it. ZD needs to find a way in there, but I like how he's throwing in a couple lasers to at least kind of mix up SAMSORA's playstyle right there, force him to get open, but he opened up ZD himself, though, into a quick 51% combo.
And that has just been more of the same from SAMSORA. That first initial hit win on Fox has been so good for him.
Gets him off stage to see what he can do with this edge guard. However, ZD recovers high for the first time this set.
I like that aggressive Firefox. It's just you got to mix it up sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And it does a pretty good chunk of damage, too.
Especially when you're on your winner's bracket life right now, that is the best time to mix it up. Make him guess what you're going to do and surprise him every chance you can.
Ooh, gets the reverse hit of an air. SAMSORA now giving up stage to ZD.
There we go, 3-hit combo right now, gets him in the air, but isn't able to follow his landing as SAMSORA grabs the forward air, getting him off stage.
Great air dodge in, and SAMSORA going to get the dash attack, all the hits there to confirm into that first stock. ZD now in a little bit of trouble. I thought with the rage he might be able to get an air up smash at 80, but now he's got to put a little bit extra on. Win neutral maybe 1 or 2 more times.
Trying to approach with some downers right now, trying to find anything you do to open him up right now. 3 stocks to 2. SAMSORA is sitting clean. It's ZD that needs to approach, and it's SAMSORA that denies him of that.
Right, and just a beautiful counter hit there from SAMSORA. So he'd been floating along the ledge, or along the ground so consistently. And then the first time we see him at short hop high, ZD comes running in, whiffs an up smash, and SAMSORA punishes him hard for it. Ooh, boy, that was almost a sweet spot. Back air, not quite. We're going to see the high illusion, but the back air, before he can land, ZD now on his last stock.
ZD had some signs of life in that game 3, but SAMSORA found the turnabout he needed to get this game 4 into his clear advantage. He only needs a little bit more to get into grand finals.
There's that first hit, just 11 this time. Oh, and the camera angles from SAMSORA right now. The head bob is firmly in place.
Beautiful conversion though by ZD, taking that stock weight. He needs to do that 2 more times before he dies even once, and especially on the ledge where he's been comfortable. He needs to be careful because any knock out there could get him edge guarded. Gone, but this is huge.
Ouch, yeah. 1 down air led into almost 75%.
You said it, Broza. If he gets SAMSORA above him, that's huge on FD, and that is why.
Good weight, avoids the dash check. Big nair.
He's almost done it. He's about to get the second stock off, but not if SAMSORA has anything to do about it. The Z-drop turnip, barely missing it. Fox Illusion getting back this hit into a nair up smash.
That's all you need, that soft nair, landing down air, landing fair for ZD. So many options, and suddenly, signs of life. It is no longer a guarantee that SAMSORA will be in grands. ZD now has to find that opening, but the Stitch Face gone off stage. Very quick for him.
He started off the stock pretty healthy, but he hasn't been able to get anything yet. SAMSORA realized, all right, let's just get ourselves back into it. He needs to recompose himself, and he's doing so, keeping ZD out, getting him to the stage, and the neutral air, knock him out.
But ZD has yet to be able to get himself out of the corner and doesn't get back to the stage. Goes for the just tightest of angles on the upbeat, and that will be SAMSORA going where the only player to reach where their seed has been projected so far today. SAMSORA now punching his ticket into winner's